So this walk takes in 4 Munros around Glen Shee. It's probably the easiest 4 Munros you'll climb, but it is still a long day. The walk starts at the south at 450 meters altitude, and the highest peak is called Glas Maol. It's 1,068 meters tall. In terms of location, it's on the A93, and it has got Braemar to the north and Blairgowrie to the south. And in relation to bigger cities, you've got Aberdeen. It's about 60 miles along the A93 to the west. And from Perth, it's about 55 miles from there. Very popular location, and we'll go onto the track and see what conditions are like.
Right, well, I'm at the official start of the walk at the south end now. It took about an hour and a half, no, maybe an hour to walk over the top of Glen Shee. So let's have a look at the hill that I'm going to be climbing for the first time. So this is Creag Leacach. I'll probably pronounce that wrong. It's 980 meters tall. There is a footpath which goes up the left side of this valley, and then we cross over the stream, and then we go up the right hand flank of that valley, and then we go up the nose up to Creag Leacach. So let's see what it's like on the footpath. Okay, so I'm now established on the footpath walking up this valley. Initially it starts off as a decent track, and then the track branches off to the left, and you're left with quite a faint footpath to follow along the north bank of this stream. So I think another 10 minutes of following this, and then we should be able to branch off to the right and cross the stream. And it's quite a healthy stream at the moment, so could well get some wet feet. Okay, so I've broken out of the valley, and after a steep rise immediately out of the ravine, we're now on rough grassy ground. Supposedly there is a track along here. I seem to have followed a track here. Within the valley, the path does become indistinct, and it's debatable which side of the valley is best to follow. But onwards and upwards. Let's go take a look at the view and the path. So the path is more distinct. We're around the shoulder of the Munro now. Let's just go take a quick look around. So there's Glen Shee and the Cairn well, and over here we've got Ben y Glo coming in, and we've got the hills of the Ochils starting to appear. So I've risen above the shoulder. I'm now on the summit ridge, and scrolling to the left, here's Creag Leacach. Well, nearly at the summit. Creag Leacach is the rockiest and ridgiest of the hills in this group of Munros. Here we are. Right, summit Cairn. So it's 980 something meters, 981 I think. Slight breeze on the top. Right, first Munro of the year. So let's take a zoom in and a panorama. So I think this is Mayar. We've got the Angus Hills here. I think this pointy one's called Mount Blair. So in the distance we've got Ben Lawers, and just to the left we've got Ben Moore and Stopinion. So we've got Benaglow here. I can't remember the name of this one. I think it's Benacrylast. Then we've got the Cairngorms. So we've got Cairn Tall and Breriac. Then we've got Ben MacDowie. In the foreground we've got the Cairn Well and Carn Asda. And then we've got, what's this one called? Benarn, and the one next to it. I've forgotten its name now. Name escapes me. And then my next Munro, Glas Maol. We should have a better view of the Lochnagar Hills from the top. Bit rocky on the way down, so let's carry on. So on my way to Glas Maol, I've been following this stone wall, and it veers off to the left, and then it sort of peters out before you end up on the final rise up to Glas Maol. So maybe 20 minutes, I reckon, to the summit. We've got the summit of Glas Maol coming along. Quite a crowded place. So now we've got a clear view of Lochnagar. So it's a long way away, and what we'll be doing are 2 Munros further north. Without looking at my map, I think it's Carn and Tuirc and Cairn of Claise. So that in the foreground is one of them. And then we have a stumpier Munro here, Cairn of Claise. So that's what I'll be heading off, and looking out to the west, northwest, we've got the Cairngorm Munros, but further out to the west over here, just to the west of Nantuck, we've got a view of Creag Leacach. So that's a good distance away. It's very good visibility towards the west today. It's much hazier towards the east. So I'm reckoning we could be seeing Ben Nevis in the right angle. So a good portion of the way between Glas Maol and Cairn of Claise is along what is a Land Rover track. And if you see in a distance, it doesn't go all the way to the summit, but we have yet another stone wall going up the ridge to the summit of Cairn of Claise. So this is terrain which I've done in the winter time. It's a good training ground in low visibility. There aren't too many cliffs to fall off, and it's a good place for map and compass work. Sometimes you do get fence posts which help, such as this one here. But it is often the case that the snow is deep enough to actually obliterate those as well. So looking back the other way up to Glas Maol, if we look further to the west, to the east, we have this quite steep cliff to which adds a bit of scenicness. Right, onto the summit of Cairn of Claise, another busy mountain top. So let's have a look. So that's the final Munro top, Cairn and Tuirc. And if we zoom in, right on the horizon, we can actually see Ben Nevis. It's right in the distance. So we've got a nicer, I think this is quite a nice view looking this way. So we've got Benaglow, then just off to the right we've got Glas Maol, and then if we look back towards Glas Maol, you can see Ben Lawers, and then you can see Glas Maol itself. So let's just have another look around. So here we've got Dreich and Maya. I can't remember which way it is. I think Dreich is the one to the left and Maya is the one to the right. So those are two Munros. Over here, right in the distance, we've got Mount Battock, and then we've got Mount Cairn, and then we've got Lickack coming up. So I'm just going to take a look at the map and see what the most direct route to Carn and Tuirc is over here. So that's where I've come from, Cairn of Claise. So we've got some snowy corries here, and then we've got Glas Maol, a rising path that's going diagonally up, so that'll take me to Carn and Tuirc. Okay, so we're coming up to the summit of Carn and Tuirc, and hopefully no crowds here. It looks clear. Last time I was up here was I think it was 2019, and it was during the big low cloud event, and it was on here after miles of whiteout navigation that the clouds just burst open and revealed the view that we've got right here. Wow, that's nice. So in theory, yes, we can see Braemar. So this is the only Munro out of these four where you can actually see it. Let's go and have a look. There we go. Ben Arn in the background, with Benavert to the left, now that I remember the name. So we've got, I've just climbed the last Munro, and you know, this is one of the best days I've had this year. We've got unbroken sunshine. The last time we had a day of unbroken sunshine was the 21st of January. But now it's springtime, and tomorrow it's going to be back to a return to cold weather. So it's time to head down back to the car. So making my way down Carn and Tuirc. You've got a mix of scree and heather, and it can be quite tricky at times walking across this scree. It's not the nicest of stuff. So here we are. So I've just got small patches like this to step across. And then we are done. Okay, so now I'm back down into the rivers. So it's nearly 3 o'clock. So I've been walking so far from the start. I think I started at about 10 o'clock, so it's 5 hours from the road and then back to the road, and then you've got an additional hour or so to get from the top of the road back down to the start. So I've left my car at the north side, and I'd say it's probably from here a 30-minute walk back to the road. So we have essentially a grass-covered bridge to cross This is the last river crossing, and up here is the car park, and this car park marks the end of the walk. So this is Carn and Tuirc, where we've just come from. So it's a good track coming down that valley there, but going down the mountain top, especially near the top, lots of scree. Walking down the road to the overflow lay-by. So it's been a remarkable day in terms of the weather, and it's if you're watching this soon after publication, it's pretty much my first day of freedom, and I like to celebrate with a nice big walk. So I'm back at my car now, and thank you for accompanying me, and thank you for watching. It's now time for some fish and chips.